Teote that makes the stop. Loss of 1 in that play. Second and goal. Ball on the 9-yard line. Tuiloa fires it across, and it is incomplete. I believe Noah was the intended receiver on that last play.
Yeah, trying to get into Conavai Noah. They love that one-on-one coverage, but it's just out of the Astros' hands. A flag is on the field, and we'll have to see if this is in the vicinity of pass interference.
Head referee Robert Victor talking over with his referees, and here we wait his call.
Before the pass was thrown, holding defense number 31, half the distance, replay second down.
Robert Victor signals defense for against Mililani. Let's take a look at it, see if we can spot the penalty.
I'm not sure if I can see that. I don't know. It looked like a awfully soft contact there on that outside.
It's a gift. Second and goal, ball on the 5-yard line. Tuiloa runs in for the touchdown. 5-yard touchdown run for Ephraim Tuiloa. And like that, Punahou has their 6 points, and it's now a 26-13 game.
Yeah, you know, the highest scoring final of all time was 2012. That was when Kahuku defeated Punahou 42-20. That was 62 points combined. We've just begun the second quarter, and that's already 40. We're on track for 150 something. I don't know. So we're on track to break that record as well.
John Toner set to try the extra point, and the signal is good. And like that, Punahou, it's now 26-14. Mililani leads the game with 11:16 remaining here in the first half.
I mean, did you really think Punahou was going to go away that easy? I don't think any of us believed that for 1 second. I mean, it was a good shot, but when you've won, I don't think they've lost a game in 2 seasons. They're just simply not a team that loses games, and I don't mean to talk up Punahou or anything, but that's kind of what they do as a team. They always bounce back, and just when a team thinks like they may have something on Punahou, they say, I don't know if you figured us out completely.
And there you take a look at the star quarterback for Punahou, Ephraim Tuiloa, getting the congratulations of his teammates, saying good job, as Tuiloa, you know, he is the catalyst that perhaps we will lead his team back and come back to defeat Mililani. And there you take a look at some of the Punahou band just going wild, trying to rally their team to come back here in the first half. It's just amazing, the atmosphere here at Aloha Stadium, Jeremy.
Oh yeah, you have all this paper flying through the air. You have fans in all corners of the end zones. It almost feels like, I don't know if this is Tencent's rivals reweight or anything, but we'll have to check after the game.
Once again, Malapai as well as number 7, Bronson Ramos, set to receive the kickoff from John Toner. And John Toner makes a high kick, and like all his kickoffs so far in this game, it's been touchbacks.
No, it's been touchbacks the whole way, and these special teams have each done a good job. Every single unit seems to have played well today, except for the defenses of both teams. I mean, 26-14 already, and if Mililani scores again, I'll tell you what, Punahou better comes up with a stop, because you can have the best offense in the world, but you know, if you're trailing like this, it doesn't mean anything.
Mackenzie Milton has the ball on their first possession here of the second quarter. 1st and 10, ball on the 20-yard line of Mililani. 4 wide receivers set, and early yellow hankies that fall on the field.
Offsides, 99 defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Number 99, Kyle Matule, gives Mililani a 5-yard gift as we start the Mililani first possession. 1st and 5 on the 25-yard line, Mililani, and unfortunately number 19 or number 16 for Mililani, that's Bryson Ventura, unfortunately drops the pass from Milton. Brings up 2nd and 5, ball on the 25-yard line. 4 wide receivers set. Milton waits to stop from center, and ball is kept by Milton, and he is stuffed at the 25-yard line. No gain. Number 5 for Punahou, Satui Moiai makes the stop.
Yeah, they certainly don't want to go 3 and out. They started off with that beneficiary of the penalty, but third down, maybe Punahou's defense is starting to tighten up.
Milton looks off to his right, and the ball unfortunately bounces short of his intended receiver, Kainoa Wilson. And like that, it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, he had a bit of a look, and that's the kind of passes that Mackenzie Milton has been completing all day. I mean, this isn't by any stretch of the imagination an impossible throw. He's just trying to drop it into his receiver, but it's a little too low, and you can't blame that on anything but the inaccuracy of the quarterback.
Number 14, number 15, Luani Matagisi, set to kick the ball, punt the ball for Mililani. And the punt, high punt. And called by Noah, he gets stuffed, and it's picked up by number 7, Bronson Ramos. And Bronson Ramos runs it in for the touchdown.
I don't know if this touchdown is going to count right here. The referees are waving their signal to say that it is not a touchdown for Mililani. I'm not sure if they're saying that they not recovered the ball, or because it was muffed, he could not return the ball and they would receive it at the spot of the recovery. But, you know, whatever the referees have in mind, it's not 6 points on the side of Mililani.
Head referee Robert Victor talking it over with his fellow linesman. And he's gonna make the call here.
The ball was muffed by the receiving team. The kicking team recovered the muff but cannot advance it. It'll be 1st down, Mililani at the 36.
You called it, Jeremy, as you said it, that a muffed punt, any fumble in the state championship game, they cannot be advanced. Let's take a look at here once again.
Yeah, and you see here, this is a rule on all levels. As soon as you recover it, you get it at the spot of the recovery. You cannot advance it any further.
Mackenzie Milton has the ball on the 36-yard line. Milton fires it, and it is intended for his receiver. That is Makana Tauai, the intended receiver, number 24.
Yeah, you know, I don't understand why they're doing this. They're up 26-14. You have an opportunity to win the state championship game. Why not give it to your number 1 player in Malapai and try and run it up the Punahou gut?
2nd and 10, ball on the 36-yard line of Punahou, and pass is caught by Malapai. Malapai gets to the 25, the 20. He bounces in to the 15, and we have a couple yellow flags that fall to the Loa Stadium turf. Making the stop for Punahou, number 7, La'a Kea look, but again, Robert Victor, he has the call to make.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be in the vicinity of holding. The only question is, was it holding before the play, or was it a hold during the run? Because that could be the difference between a loss of 10 yards or a loss of 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Early indications that it looks like a hold against Mililani, but I think it's during the play, so I don't know what the loss of yardage for Mililani, but here Robert Victor makes the call.
Holding. Offense, number 30. 10-yard penalty from the foul. Still remains 2nd down.
And that's big because instead of a penalty that may have been 30 yards, it's only a penalty that's 10 yards. And you can see the replay here. It's very well designed because it's a safety blitz, and Malapai is the hot receiver on the play. But yeah, you can see a bit of a hold as he's trying to advance it. Really kind of an unnecessary one because he would have picked up the 1st down regardless. But the referee saw something down there to back him up 10 yards.
You know, it's interesting that you would figure that it would back him up 10 yards, but as the result of the play and the hold, it brings up 2nd and 2, ball on the 27-yard line of Punahou. 10:09 remaining here in the half as Milton awaits a snap from center. He looks off to his left, and he fires down the field, and it is caught by Timoteo, and like that, we have another touchdown. Kalakaua Timoteo has his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Timoteo is now the all-time leader in Hawaii football Division I history in receiving yards. For 4 years, he stands alone. He's the Jerry Rice, if you will. He's the GOAT, the number 1 all-time, and he does it in grand style, scoring his hat trick in the state championship game. I can't think of a better way to do it than Timoteo just did.
3 plays, 36 yards. The last drive took 36 seconds, capping off with the 27-yard touchdown to Timoteo. And that last play, that is Mark Mattis. He makes the extra point. And like that, Jeremy, Mililani now has a 33-14 lead over Punahou.
Yeah, Timoteo has 10 receiving touchdowns on the year. That puts him at #1 in the state, I believe, next to Subasa Brennan. But, I mean, my advice was to run it with Veva Malpai and stick with your bread and butter. But, I mean, you look at the kind of game Mackenzie Milton's having. I mean, that's 3 touchdowns in 14 minutes. I mean, there's all kinds of times. Who knows what else he could do. But let's look at the matter. The fact of the matter is that Punahou's not making a stop on defense. And Mililani's offense is, I don't know, this is probably the greatest 14 minutes of Mackenzie Milton's career thus far, if you were to ask me.
Unofficial numbers for Timoteo: 4 receptions for about 78 yards and 3 touchdowns, Jeremy. Just amazing for this young man.
Yeah, I mean, he's putting the team on his back. He's making all the plays out there. It's almost like at this point where he's one of those guys where Punahou needs to hone in on, because every time they throw the ball in his direction, he's finding ways into the end zone. So Timoteo, he came to play. I know that at the beginning of this game, I called Conavaino the best receiver in the state. I called him the best player on the state. I think he may have heard me down there, and he said, oh, wait a second. I think I'm going to show you who really is the #1. So if he's proven something to me or to the fans or maybe even to himself, he's been the best player on the field so far.
But you want to know the funny part about it, though?
Yeah.
Timoteo, he's only a junior, and as well as Mackenzie Milton. And if they come back next year, and they're a threat next year for Mililani. And again, number 86, Mark Matt, is set to kick off for Mililani. Back to receive, that would be Kalambai Noah, as well as number 24, Ethan Takayama, set to receive the kick from Mattis. And here we go with another kickoff and a high kick. And another touchback.
So 10 minutes square to go. Punahou has scored multiple times, and they trail by 3 possessions. How many times do we say that in a football game? I mean, not many, but I'll tell you what, the Punahou fans, they don't seem to be going anywhere yet. I mean, why should they? There's still so much time. I mean, I don't think they need to do anything but simply play better than they've been playing.
Coming back onto the field, Efren Tuiloa has it 1st and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line of Punahou. 10 minutes left here in the game. 4 wide receiver set, trips off to his right. Ball is handed out to Talapov. Talapov bounces to the outside. The 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, midfield. And he is dragged down, I believe, by number 42 for Mililani. That would be Elias Pritchard making perhaps the touchdown-saving tackle.
At the beginning of this, at the end of the first quarter, I said both of these teams have 200 yards. Coming into the second quarter, so far they're keeping up their pace so far.
And there you look at Talapapa just getting the run out there, and back to live action once again to Talapapa, and he's tripped up at about the 32-yard line. Making the stop for Mililani is number 22, Tielo Mamea, a name I've said quite a few times here in the first half.
Yeah, and he comes up, and not only does he prevent what could have been a touchdown, he kind of does it in style. Trips him off his feet, and you can see he flips around, and they come up with the stop.
Ball on the 33-yard line at Mililani, 1st and 10.
Mililani, the second charge timeout of the half.
I believe Mililani just called a timeout.
So, I mean, and you know, this is a good idea because we understand that you're playing well, but as far as the pace of the game is concerned, it's kind of a back and forth, and when those are those kinds of games, scores seem to come in bunches, and for Punahou, I mean, I understand that they're down by 19 points, but if you were to tell them that you're in a shootout kind of game, I mean, that format usually favors them. So he says, look, I understand we're leading by 19, but in the last 2 plays, they've gained like 40 yards or something. I mean, that's not really what we should be doing.
Jeremy, let me ask you a question. You know, coming into the state tournament, Punahou had a 3-week layoff. Could that perhaps be a factor as the last 2 games, the game against Kahuku, they look kind of rusty, and now in this game they're down by 19. Could that perhaps play a factor?
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, Mililani, they've played 4 more games than Punahou this year, so their schedule's been a little more even. You could also say, well, Mililani, they've played more games. Are they more fatigued than Punahou is, playing more weeks? So, I mean, I guess you can really shift the argument either way. But if it's me, I think any break longer than 2 weeks kind of throws you off a little bit.
Absolutely. As Mililani, you talked about them. It looks like they should be the one that looks like the tired ones, but they've been running on all 4 cylinders in this game. It looks like a big, auto race, and Mililani has, basically rushed or raced to the 19-point lead. As we come back to live action here, first and 10, ball on the Mililani 33-yard line. 9:36 remaining here in the first half. Efren Tuiloa waits to snap from center in the shotgun. 4 wide receiver set. Wayne Talapapa the setback. And he hands off to Talapapa. Talapapa races with a huge hole down the middle. And he is tripped up by number 26 from Mililani. That's Grayson DeMello that trips him up.
I think he's hungry. He's just taking big chunks of yards, and he's finding open space. There's no excuse. No running back should just go up the middle untouched and turn this into a kind of arena football league run.
16 yards for Talapa. Talapa once again gets the hand up. Talapa bumps to the outside. He gets pushed out at about, I believe, the 10-yard line. 21 for Mililani. That would be Ian Vasa makes the stop. Let's take a look at it here once again.
Did you see that block back there? I mean, that was just straight up in your face kind of stuff. Talapapa running out, and just look at that hit. Kanavainoa, oh my goodness.
Efren Tuiloa once again, ball 2nd and 3, ball on the 10-yard line to Mililani. And 16, Tuiloa takes off, and he gets to the 6-yard line.
I'll tell you what, it's a shootout now, and we saw that play earlier. Tuiloa rushed for a touchdown on Punahou's last score, and that time he was open. It was kind of the same play, except the pursuit by Mililani. They were able to just get to him before he found enough daylight. Yeah, let's look at the replay right here, and you can see he's tripped up before he can find 6.
First and goal, ball on the 6-yard line on Mililani, and like that, we have another touchdown. And guess who, Jeremy? Kanavainoa is the recipient of the touchdown, 6-yard touchdown reception.
Kanavainoa meet the end zone meet Kanavainoa. I'm kidding, of course. I don't think any introduction is necessary. These are 2 people that meet all the time, and that's Kanavainoa going low and making a play one-on-one against a cornerback. Finally finds the end zone, and 33-21. We have that shootout I was talking about.
6 plays, 80 yards, 1 minute, 8 seconds, the last scoring drive. John Toner set to try the extra point. He waits to snap from center. He looks, he kicks, and it's good. And like that, Punahou has brought this into 12-point game as the score is now 33-21 with 8:52 remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, and I mean, buckle your seatbelts. We still have 8:52 to play. Who knows how many points both of these teams could each score, but Punahou's offense, I'll tell you what, other than that pick 6, which was a 14-point swing, this game, after that last touchdown, has been pretty even.
Jeremy, what you mentioned a little bit earlier that what is the highest score, what is the total score between the 2 teams? What is the highest score ever scored in the championship game?
That was between Punahou and Kahuku. The final score is 42-20. Kahuku is the most points scored in the state championship game at 42, so 62. So we're at 54 points. So the next score, the next 2 scores, is going to set the record, and call me crazy, I think we might get there.
Absolutely.
Before halftime, though. Before halftime.
We're having fun here at Aloha Stadium as the fans are just whooping it up. You're just happy to be here as we have number 1 versus number 2 as John Toner sets to make the kickoff. Number 7, that is Bronson Ramos, as well as 19, Vavai Malapeai, set to receive the kickoff. But let's see if this is another touchback, high kickoff, and Ramos fields it about the 2-yard line. And he gets around the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, and he's brought down at about the 38-yard line. I believe number 20, that is Kamana Hobbs, or 28, That would be Brandon Yahiro that makes the tackle on that play.
Yeah, he almost gets it done via the special teams this time. And I don't know, that football field, it just looks so easy to run right down in this game. I don't know, things just look a little different. It's just so much more wide open than we're used to seeing.
Mackenzie Milton has the ball on their own 37-yard line. 1st and 10 with 8:45 remaining here in the first half. 4 wide receivers set, Milton in the shotgun. And he hands off to Bavia Malapai. Malapai bounces in. And there's 1, not 2, but 3 Punahou defenders that make the stop. And one of them, of course, is number 7, Bavia Look is one of them, as well as number 5, Saitui Moe Ai, that converges on the stop. Gain of 2 for Malapai. Brings up 2nd and 8, ball on the 39-yard line. Milton rushes out, he passes it to Malapai, and Malapai bounces out, and he's brought out at about the 46-yard line, making the stop for Punahou, number 7. That is La'akea Look that makes the stop on that play, knocking him out of bounds.
Yeah, La'akea Look, he seems to be involved in every single tackle. I mean, you just see number 7, Lucky 7, everywhere you go, but it was Malapai who was the playmaker on that one. He really turned what would have been a loss into a gain.
3rd and 1, ball on the 46-yard line, Mililani. Malapai gets the handoff, and he bounces around, and he gets about gain of 3, but like that, gives Mililani another first down. Gain of 3 from Malapai in that last play.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, there's no surprise. Everyone in the stadium sees it coming. You're going to give it to the big guy who's averaging 6 yards per carry, and he's going to pick up the first down.
And again, number 7, our friend, that would be Look, making the stop. As we come back to live action, Milton takes the ball on the keeper, and he gets into Punahou territory before he's brought down at about the 45-yard line. Once again, guess who? La'akea Look makes the tackle. Back to live action here. That would be ball on the 45-yard line. Back to pass the ball. Kalakaua Timoteo makes the reception, and he's pushed out of bounds by number 22 for Punahou. That's Robert Stratton makes the tackle on Timoteo.
Yeah, Timoteo, not only does he want to set the record, he wants to make it real hard to be broken as well, so he's adding on.
Let's take a look at it here once again, Jeremy.
Yeah, oh.
As we come back to live action, we got a quick look and back to live action, and I believe we have an incomplete pass on that last play, but
or a penalty call. Or a penalty
call. Robert Victor
Ball start.
set to make the call.
Number 9 offense, 5-yard penalty. Remain first down.
Robert Victor sets Mililani back 5 yards.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, with their offense averaging like 10 or 15 yards per play, I'm sure they'll take the 5-yard loss over the incompletion any day.
Ball on the Punahou 36-yard line. 7:29 remaining here in the first half. 1st and 15. And Milton awaits the snap from center. 4 wide receiver set. Trips out to his right. Milton looks out to his right. Looks off to the left. And guess who? He's gonna. And Timoteo almost makes the circus catch. But unfortunately, it's incomplete.
If Timoteo were to make that catch, I don't know what the Punahou bench would do exactly. I mean, that would have just been downright ridiculous. That would have been his 4th of the game. I don't know what they call that. I know you have a hat trick, and I know what the 4th one would be called, but he came awfully close to reeling it in.
It would be called just plain awesome. Brings up 2nd and 15, ball on the Punahou 36-yard line. Milton looks for the snap from center, trips out to his right. He looks out to his right. He fires down the field and has an open receiver in number 24. That would be Makana Tauai, and Tauai is in the end zone. And like that, Mililani has another 6 points. Brings it 39-21, Jeremy.
I don't know what to say. They've scored 40 points in just under a half. I mean, you're going to get the replay right here, and you're going to see that it's 3 guys in the secondary trying to cover 4 guys, and number 24, they just get lost on him, and this is just downright ridiculous. I'm lost for words.
On the extra point by Mattis, we have a penalty on the field.
Substitution infraction on the defense, 12 men on the field. Half the distance, the try will be from the 1.5.
Robert Victor signals a infraction against Punahou that sets it half the distance to the goal, and I believe Mililani may try for two, give a 2-point conversion here as we come for the conversion.
Yeah, and that would bring us right to our record for those 62 points, the highest scoring game we've seen at Aloha Stadium.
And there you take a look at Mackenzie Milton. Again, he's running off the field, and again, like I said, you could be right. We were looking to tie
the third and final
on this
timeout
2-point
of the
conversion.
half.
Yeah, the highest scoring game we've seen at Aloha Stadium in recent memory was when a school called Vacaville Christian came to play Damien. I think they scored 80-something. I'm not saying that they're going to score that on Punahou tonight, but I'm just, giving you the stats as I see it. And, I think, they say, oh, is it rubbing in or anything? Call me crazy, but Punahou is still in this game. So if you see the opportunity to go for 2 points, you go for 2 points. You're only a yard away. I mean, why the heck not,
Rod York takes the final timeout for Mililani here in the first half. And what can you tell your team, which had basically been running a number over Punahou as we, come here for the extra point conversion?
Oh, yeah, they've just been finding all kinds of ways to create separation, but especially in their receivers. The matchups where they have been dominating is their receivers have created such space against the Punahou defensive backs that the big play has been there all night. And I don't know if they failed to make adjustments or they haven't tried to make adjustments or they're stuck with their game plan, but it's been all night long.
Mackenzie Milton under center. He looks and hands off to Valvai, Malapai, and the early indications is he's short. He just gets short of the end zone. And, of course, the Mililani fans are like saying, I don't know about that. And
the try was no good. The players
39 to 21, Jeremy. 7:15 remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, 39 to 21, 60 points in 17 minutes. I mean, talk about a shootout. I mean, I'm sure Punahou is going to try and go right back down the field and do the same thing. But let's not forget that the success the Punahou offensive players can have. Kana Vainoa has a touchdown on his last drive. Tuiloa has a rushing touchdown. The difference between what score we get to at halftime is going to be what Mililani's defense begins to do against this Punahou offense.
Remember when I had talked about that, when Mililani opened the season, they opened up against St. Louis, and I believe that game went 62 to 48, which was the final score of that game. And I see fireworks coming here at Aloha Stadium, and whoever, I guess, lights the final firecracker will win, basically. As we come back here to live action here at Aloha Stadium, Mililani up 39 to 21. 7:15 remaining here in the half. That would be number 82, 86. Mark Matt is set to kick off. Back to receive for Punahou. Again, that would be Kanawai Noah, as well as number 24, Ethan Takayama, set to receive for Punahou. And let's wait the signal. Mattis is back. And here we go yet again. Mattis kicks a high kick, and Kanawai Noah fields it about the 2-yard line. He gets up to the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, and he's brought down. Shoestring style tackle by number 24, Makana Tauai, that makes the tackle on Kanawai Noah.